You know, it means a lot to me that Unity gives me direct access to the pediatric specialists at UW's American Family Children's Hospital. I'm Joanne Rash, mother of Henry and Elliot.
Hi, I'm Andre Darlington. I'm a contributing writer for Isthmus. I'm out at Garden to Be for an episode outside of the kitchen with Chef Leah Kaplan from Metcalfe's. We're out at Garden to Be, Scott Williams' farm. If you've eaten at any Madison restaurants, you've probably had his microgreens. Leah Kaplan is the CFO or Chief Food Officer for Metcalfe's, and today she's going to prepare
trout and tomatoes over some fabulous Garden to Be kale and cabbage and whatever else appears out of the field. Right now I'm going to get the fish on the grill. Super fresh. You can see the nice clear eyes. Same thing you look for in a person.
Nice.
Clear eyes and red gills.
So we've set up a grill on top of Scott's lunch table, he said.
Lunch stump.
Lunch stump. So we're salting, we're peppering. About how long are these gonna cook?
These will cook maybe 5 minutes on each side. You know, they're pretty, we don't have them stuffed. I'm not concerned that I'm over seasoning.
Okay, because some of it falls off?
Some of it falls off. It's on the outside of the skin. Everything I cook, I always like to cook maybe 70% on the first side and then the last 30% on the second side.
So you put it on there and leave it alone for a little while and then go back and...
Yep, let the sleeping fish lie. Just cut these potatoes in half so that they can comfortably lie on the grill. I like them to be very creamy inside and I want a nice charred flavor, but I don't want them burnt on the outside.
So they're just boiled for how long?
Maybe 5 minutes.
5 minutes, okay. And just a rolling boil and then turn them off and let them sit, or?
Gently simmer.
Gently simmer,
Never
okay.
rolling boil your potatoes, despite what everybody has told you your whole life. So you don't want to set the starch. Tender touch with all your food goes a really long way. Sunflower oil, little local organic sunflower oil.
And again, sunflower oil adds that sort of nutty flavor already into the oil.
Yep.
It's got a really rich flavor to it.
I love it in salad dressings.
Now talk about the utensils you're using here. This I recognize.
Fish spatula.
Fish spatula.
Other spatula.
Okay.
I'm using a combo.
Right.
It's going to be sort of a team effort here of the utensils.
Oh, that looks delicious.
If you have a clean grill grate and you have a hot grill grate, very rarely do you actually need to oil the grill. If the grate isn't hot, even if your coals are nice and hot, then
it'll stick.
Yep, the skin adheres, and if it's hot, it coheres to itself.
So at this point, we're probably 10 minutes on the grill?
Yeah, I think that's right. And again, with something this thin, if it's cooked nicely on the outside, the odds are pretty good that it's going to be cooked through. And then the potatoes just go on, cut side
face down.
down, yep. Because I'm really just trying to get that nice charred flavor on the starchy side.
So we're turning potatoes here to get a little caramelization on the outside, taking our trout off. And then how long are we going to leave it on this side?
Until now.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was, you know, maybe 30 seconds.
So did you go to culinary school then?
I did. I went to the Culinary Institute of America.
Okay.
Sort of mid-career, I started off doing food styling and recipe development in New York for about 6 years.
So you almost came full circle in a way, because you were doing restaurant recipe development, and now you're back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you do prepared food plus special events, or?
Special events, but also sustainability, everything from composting throughout the store, sustainable fish, getting more local produce in, getting more local and sustainable meat in.
So it's almost more, the grocery store itself is run almost more like a kitchen.
Yeah,
in a way.
exactly.
So it has a chef.
Yep.
Look at these gorgeous vegetables that Scott has assembled for us here.
Lacinato kale, which is possibly my favorite vegetable. So it is super versatile. I mean, you can't overcook it. You can braise it, steam it, stir fry it. You can eat it raw. Because of the bitterness, you know, I'm making a slightly sweet dressing with maple syrup for it
just
today.
To counterbalance that a little bit.
Little sunflower oil, and then a little maple syrup. So we had raw cider vinegar, some maple syrup from Viola. You could add a little either Dijon mustard or a little mustard powder. I like it just light and clean, and I don't mind if it separates, and I'm going to whisk it again before I put the vegetables in.
All right, so we're going to cut the kale. Makes such a satisfying sound.
It does. You could use any kind of cabbage. This dressing is so basic and versatile.
I think a lot of people that haven't, that don't watch cooking shows or haven't gone to a knife class don't realize how high on the blade you're supposed to hold it.
Right, because
for the control.
Yes, one would think a handle is
where you're supposed to hold it. But the handle's almost superfluous in a way.
Yeah, it's just kind of giving you a little leverage.
Some grip if you need it.
Yep.
Those are nice, sweet little peppers.
And this one, I love this color. The other nice thing about kale and cabbage in a salad, it might soften a little bit, but you're not going to get that same wilted effect that you would from pre-dressing a salad.
Well, these are the Italian red frying peppers. It's like kind of a classic bull's horn shape. These are really thick-walled, different than the long, thin ones, but incredibly sweet. Just my favorite pepper.
Well, then maybe we're not done with the grill. Let's throw these on.
So you're just going to blister them a little bit?
I'm going to blister them a lot.
Okay, a lot.
Yeah, and you can see they're starting to get just a little bit, they were super stiff when I put them on.
Okay, so they're starting to soften up.
Yep.
Now is the charring going to make them even, is it going to make them even sweeter?
Yes,
okay.
Definitely. So I'm going to let them cool a little bit, and then I'm just going to take a paper towel, a cloth, and rub that. See, it just peels.
Just peels off.
Right off. It's almost cool enough to handle.
You have chef hands,
yeah.
right?
I'm very easygoing until I'm not. Right. And there are like certain things that I just drive me crazy. And one would be if somebody took this beautifully charred, smoky flavored, delicious,
and
sweet,
pulled it all off.
Condensed pepper and ran it underwater.
Oh,
It's still got the char and the smoke, but I'm looking forward to eating a little bit of that also. So.
We brought buckwheat shoots and pea shoots. They're super tender. We grow them in our greenhouses year-round. Lower end of the stem, you get this peachy color. You should probably cut a little bit, get that.
One's got like a little lemony finish.
Lemony, yeah.
So that's going to be really nice with the fish. One of my favorite fast snacks is just grilling a tortilla like on the open flame of the stove and then filling it with, I like the pea and the sunflower shoots. Okay. The buckwheat's delicious.
All right, so we're plating our base of kale and cabbage.
We will put our fish on next since that's large.
All right. That's beautiful. So we're getting a little help plating the potatoes here that we've grilled. And toss in a little olive oil and pepper.
I think we'll just leave that whole like that. We'll add some lovely tomatoes. And then we've got the fruitiness of the cider vinegar and the maple in there. And then we've got the earthiness of the fish, the peppers, the kale.
This will give a little relief to the palate.
Exactly.
Then. So you just give a little twist.
Yep.
Make a little bouquet.
Little dressing in here that I'm just going to let go.
Onto the fish.
That, I mean, literally start to finish, field to plate. What was that? 15 minutes. Trout a la garden to be.
All right, trout a la garden to be. All right, let's give it a try.
So yeah, nice and flaky, super moist.
Yeah, beautifully moist. It's fantastic. It's got that grill flavor, a little pop from the apple cider vinegar. Try some of this wonderful salad.
The earth.
Truly from field to fork. Beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Scott and April.
Yeah.